All right, on the bench today, out of a 2017 Ram Promaster 3500 or 3.6, we have the 6-speed front-wheel drive 62 TE. All right, now this transmission I did probably about 8 or 9 months ago. I get a call, really good account, sent us a lot of work, they recommend us. Got a call and said the Promaster, I'm having Promaster towed to you. He says, I believe you worked on it, it stopped moving. I said, okay, no problem. So it gets here, I have it put in a spot where I don't have to worry about trying to push it and stuff like that. I got the heads up, so I prepared. And sure enough, I ran a license plate, and yes, we did this, like I said, probably 8 or 9 months ago. Did not move, no move. Held in park, so that would eliminate a broken axle because it holds in park. So do a code scan. I had a PL731 gear ratio error in first and a P0792 compounder speed error. No engagement in drive, no engagement in reverse, absolutely nothing. So we got it in, obviously we got the transmission out. Probably been here for about a week because I'm just a little backed up and had to schedule it in. These Promasters, I can only really do these on one lift and can't push the car out, so now it's up there until this is done, but this is just going to be a quick repair. So I want to show you what I found, actually what the problem is with this, the reason why it stopped moving, and another reason why I'm making this video is because I've really never seen this before. The input shaft actually broke in half. I have it in here now so you can't really see it, but I got a pump coming, I have an input shaft here, I have a gasket, I have an O-ring, I have a bushing, so I have a front seal coming, I got another converter, filter, pan gasket. So we're going to take at least this apart, which is basically taking the first 2 sets of clutches and the hubs out to get the input shaft out. Fluid's cherry red. You know, we're going to honestly save the fluid. It was cherry red, put it through a strainer. We'll probably reuse that. I do have another filter. Like I said, I'll probably just change the filter while I got it here. I bought it anyway. That was an OE filter. And we'll get this back on the road again. So I want to just get a little closer, and I want to show you the broken input shaft, and then we're going to take the input drum apart just to get access to the clip that holds the shaft in place, and then we can go ahead and actually put this back together. I have everything I need for that, and I'm actually waiting for the pump. The reason why I took this apart is because, again, the truck is stuck on the lift, and I had to at least pull the front off to see what I needed. I know I need a pump, I know I need an input shaft, I got a converter and everything that goes along with that, gaskets and seals, but I didn't know if I needed the, the base of the drum here or any of the pistons or anything like that. So I just had to pull the front out to check. So let me get a little closer and we will work on, I'll show you the broken shaft and work on the input shaft, getting that ready to go. All right, so first, here's 2 pieces of the input shaft here. Okay. And this is the rest of it. That's what it looks like. Never really seen this before. I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know if there is some heavy equipment in that, so I'm not sure, why this happened. I honestly, again, never seen this before. I don't know if it's just a weak metal or whatever. But put this down here. Let's move this down. Okay, so again, in between the pump and the drum, you have this bearing, and this lip is going to face that way, but we're getting a whole new pump. We're going to open this anyway. All right. So now let's take this apart, because we have to get the input shaft out. So I'm just banging down the reverse clutch just to get the snap ring out. Okay, and then we're just going to pry up here, each side, 180 degrees apart. Okay, reverse clutches. Really nothing wrong with them, they look fine. Okay, I think this probably happened, you know, 1 minute it was moving, the next minute it probably wasn't moving, so I don't think anything really got burnt out because it happened suddenly. And when you usually have something like this that happens suddenly, something breaks. Now, I didn't really know, and I don't think the owner knew because he wasn't driving the car. I think he just got a phone call from his driver and said he got stuck, so they just brought it back here. These are the overdrive clutches. You know, everything is still like new. Okay, we have a washer here, we have a washer here, and I got new bushings, a new bushing in here, of course. So we'll pull the underdrive hub out. Here we go. We got a bearing in here. You know what, let me see if I can get a little closer. All right, you know, let me just reposition. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this bearing out. Just give it a pop up. It kind of, when you put this in, or kind of, you kind of have to, you know, kind of hit it down so it stays in. Okay, so we'll just pop this up. And now we gotta get a sharp scribe, and we're gonna get the little locking ring out here. Gotta find where the end is. Here we go. Okay, work that around. Okay, there's that. And now let's get the input shaft out. Okay. And here is the rest of the input shaft here. All right, so one thing I had to check just to make sure in here where the rings ride on the stator that this is perfect, so I don't really have to worry about that. Okay, so here is my new input shaft, and I knocked a new bushing in here. So we'll try that. It fits very nice. Okay, let me just back out a little bit, and we'll prepare the input shaft. We can put that back in and actually put this drum back together. All right, give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. I'm going to reposition. Okay, so here is the new input shaft. So before we knock this in, we got to put the 3 rings in place. So we're going to use some of the green trans gel. This is a little thicker. Okay. Now, of course, I'm not getting the pump. I'm getting the pump in my night delivery box, and I got to overhaul that pump with new bushings and a new seal, which I got everything coming for that. And then I got to air check this, of course, before I put it back in. Okay. All right, so there's 1 ring. Okay. More here. Last one. Okay, it's good. Good, good. So I'm not using this pump, but you know, just try and make sure everything fits. Okay, so now we have the underdrive clutch here that we really didn't touch. We really don't have to touch it. Just double check. Clutch clearance here. You know what we'll do? Maybe we'll just pop that snap ring out just to double check. Make sure the clutches are good. Let's find the end. All right, so I'm moving it forward, popping it right out. 2 seconds. This is what it takes off on the underdrive. Really is no forward clutch here. So this one, get it? It's a real thick one. All right. So this is the bevel faces up. So let's take the pressure plate out. Okay, yeah, this clutch looks very nice. You know, these are high energy, so a little dark to begin with. So let's find the end of this little skinny snap ring that we have to take out to remove the underdrive. Okay, it's got to be here somewhere. Here it is. 1 second. Okay, I'm just going to pop the end again with the screwdriver. There we go. So that's why I think this happened, you know, suddenly. So everything's probably still okay, but of course I'm going to be putting new gaskets and seals in for the pump. Okay. Yeah, these look good. All right. Nothing's really burnt out. You know, like I said, fluid was cherry red. Clutches look fine. All right, so now we're going to put the thinner one in. Put that down. Then we're going to put the one clutch. Then our pressure plate. Okay. And this is the thicker one. And again, the belt, faces up. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put our input shaft in. So again, we have the rings. Okay. Slide this in. Okay, this went in, you know, easier than normal. A lot of times that go in, they just give it a little tap to bottom it out. But this went in pretty good. If I put it through the hole, it'll probably fall out on me. So let me just kind of do this here. Okay, ring is in. Now we can put it there. Okay, our bearing. Give it a little tap with the. Okay. Now we're going to put our hub in for the underdrive. We have the 5-tab washer here. All right, so let's go ahead and put that in. Grease on the washer so it doesn't come out of place. Okay, now we're going to put our overdrive. All right, so we're going to put that in first. All right, that works nice. And then you start with the clutch because we have the pressure plate. Make sure there is no up and down movement on that pressure plate. I know we always say that, but it's very, very important because it'll totally throw off the clearance and transmission will not work right. And these overdrive steels are thicker than the others. There's a little V-notch there, little V-cut in there. These steels are thicker than the underdrive and the reverse. Okay. So now we never took our snap ring out from here. All right, so we can put our pressure plate in. Just move it a little bit so it's lined up. Okay, now we can put our snap ring in. So I'll just push down a little and in. Okay, reverse clutch, clutch steel, which that steel again is same as the underdrive. Pressure plate. We're going to bang this down. We're going to put our snap ring in. Make sure it's in. And then we're going to lift up on the pressure plate. Okay? So the clutches are free. All right. So our input drum is complete. All right. Now let's get the pump over here. So that's done. Okay. I'm going to open this up. This, I don't, you know, this, from it going bad, it made some grooves in here where the rings ride, those, for the input. So I don't like that. And the stator got screwed up from the broken shaft. So I don't like that. So I'm just getting another pump. All right, so there's our 13 millimeters. Let's get these bolts out. We'll just open it. I'm gonna reuse, oh no, I'm sorry, I think I have them. I don't have them, yes, I do have them. I have new rings here, I'll probably just put new rings on too. Okay. All right, so I don't like really, if you look at the markings on that up here, I don't really like that. All right, the gear's good. Yeah, actually the pump body is okay. If I ever got a pump body that is, you know, a bad pump, and I can make one out of the two, I can do that. So probably what I'll do, this I'm not going to use, but I got a totally another pump coming, but I'm going to save the body and gears because there's really nothing wrong with the body and gears. So right now I'm just waiting for my pump, new front seal. I have one other item on order. So I have, here's my gasket, pump O-ring, pump bushing, front seals come in, pumps come in. And then once I get that, I'll just pretty much put it back together. I have a converter already. I'm changing that. What I'll do is I'll just put a new pump in it, rebuild, you know, that drum, and go back in the car. It should be good to go. I really don't see any other issue that would have to be addressed. So even in here, inside here, got all kind of screwed up. But instead of taking a chance, I'd rather just replace the whole thing. So that is it for this 17 Promaster 3500 or 3.6. Again, no movement condition. First time I am seeing this, overhauled this 8 or 9 months ago. So this is what happened. And I do a lot of these units. I do a lot of Promasters, we do a lot of town and countries, we do a lot of caravans. Never had that happen, first time. Even my installer that pulled it out, he's been around a while, and I asked him if he's ever seen it. He said, no, I'm sure it's happened out there before, but I really never seen it. So that's it. I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next one.